Hello, Coach Mel here again from the VA Leadership Academy and Team Kane Collective. Welcome to your funnel and landing page training. Mastering this project will make you so valuable to all clients. So, funnels are one of those behind the scenes things that really help businesses actually grow. They build an email list, capture leads, and even bring in sales. Without one, people might pop onto a website once and never come back. But with a funnel, your client can guide that lead into a relationship that grows over time. And here's the exciting part. As a VA, knowing how to set up even a simple funnel makes you so valuable. Coaches, consultants, and course creators all depend on this to bring in new leads every single day. In this training, I'll show you how to create a simple opt-in and thank you page, and we'll set up a workflow that sends a 3 email welcome sequence all inside Go High Level. Don't worry, once you learn it on one platform, you can easily transfer those skills to others. You'll want a free trial account ready before starting. By the time we're done, you'll have a working funnel link that you can include in your portfolio and submit for certification. How cool is that? All right, we are ready for the walkthrough for the funnel and landing page project for your certification. And so in this training, I'm going to be building a simple opt-in funnel inside of Go High Level. You'll notice it says, hey, clients up here. That's because we are a part of their ecosystem. Otherwise, usually it would say Go High Level up there. But essentially, that's what this is. We're just in their ecosystem. So anyway, I'm going to be creating, like I said, a simple opt-in funnel, and it's going to follow my same fictional, health coach business that I've been having going on throughout this entire certification process. And I'm going to be offering a freebie called 5 Healthy Breakfast Recipes. So what we're going to be doing is creating a landing page and a form inside of it where you can then upload the PDF. We'll add on a thank you step with a direct download button. We will then create a workflow that connects to it that also will send a 3 email welcome sequence. And then we will check it all out in the end and see how it all flows together. So follow along with me and remember, act like I'm sitting right beside you. We're doing this together, and feel free to pause as much as you need to get through this and get it done as well as you would like for your certification. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. So the first step is we are going to be creating a landing page. So when you're in Go High Level, you're going to go over on this left menu here and click on Sites. And you want to be in funnels. And so that's where it automatically took us here. So we are going to add a new funnel. Now you could easily create from blank if you wanted to, start from scratch, but I personally think it's a lot easier to start from a template because even if it's not exactly what you're going for, it still has something for you to work with. And you can, of course, edit images, edit fonts and colors and all of that to match your brand, the landing page, freebie, and all of that. So we're going to use the template here. And so I want a template. Yes, because we're capturing leads here. I want a lead capture type of template. So, ooh, this one's fun. Okay, let's do it. All right, so now it's loading, and then we're going to be able to edit it to make it look how we want it to. Awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and we're just going to start editing this. And I would like to move this over here. Is that possible? Nope. There we go. Thank you. Okay, and then I'm going to delete that and delete that. Whoops. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start. I'm going to, and I'm going to delete this too. Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and edit this to fit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stick with this color scheme. I think it just looks really fun. But you can of course edit it, like I said, to match your brand, your client's brand. And so I'm just gonna call it free recipe guide. And I like the touch of pink font. So I'm just gonna say 5 healthy breakfasts that take under 10 minutes. Okay, and then I want to add in a sub headline. So to add any sort of element, you'll go to this plus sign up here, add elements. We're going to add a sub headline right here. And I'm just going to say something like, fuel your day without the overwhelm. Because I'm still going with my like busy mom, being healthy as a busy mom. And then grab your guide now. And then I am going to change this font so it matches that. So it'll be whitish. Okay. Cool. And then I want to make sure that's over like that. Okay. Awesome. And so I know I deleted that text. You could add something else in there or whatnot, but I'm just going to leave it like that. Another thing you'll notice is, this has several pages on here. And so for your client or your business, whoever you're creating this for, you may want all of those pages, but for this, we're just going to create a simple opt-in page. And so I'm going to actually hide those. And so it's going to show you how you can do that. This layers tab up here, this is really helpful for multiple reasons. A, we're going to be able to hide those pages, but also sometimes you notice like in the beginning, there were a lot of different, text elements, right? And like sometimes when there's so many of them layered together, it's hard to click on the one that you want. And so, let's see. Which one is it? Not that one. Not that one. There. So you can like see like, okay, like if I wanted to edit that headline specifically, if I click on it now, it's going to edit it. So it's going to highlight that so I can edit it. So that's what's really helpful about this layers tabs is if you're struggling to be able to edit and be able to click on the exact text or element that you're wanting to edit, go over to your layers and that will help you out. Okay. But I'm going to hide the rest of these. And so you just click on the 3 dots and go hide. And then you'll see that like icon there. So it's hidden. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that for all of the pages below. Okay, so now we just have our page. All right, so now we want to add in the form. This is where they're going to be able to plug in their name and their email and click, get me that recipes so they can receive their freebie. So we are going to need to create a form as an option here. And so, I want to be able to click here and select it, and that's a different one. So I'm just going to open up a new tab into Hey Clients or Go High Level. And we are going to go over to Sites again, but this time we're going to go to Forms. You can click on Builders or just Forms, and it automatically goes to the Builders. And this is one that we just have as a template in here that I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate and just, make it match the branding and whatnot on my landing page. So, but you could easily create your own as well. So we're just going to call this Get My Free Recipes. Okay, and then I'm just going to edit it. I'm going to go ahead and leave the full name in the email. And instead, this is going to say, Get My Free Recipes. And then I just want the color to match. I like this pink. FFBBF0. Getting it. Getting the code. I already forgot it. FFBBF0. Perfect. And I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm going to keep it really simple for this. And we'll go ahead and save. So now, when I'm clicked on the form, I'll be able to, under element options, I'll be able to find that form that I just created, get my free recipes, and it's going to plug in right here for me. Perfect. And make sure you are saving along the way. I do have autosave turned on. You could turn it off if you wanted to, but I would highly suggest having autosave on just in case you're forgetting to save. All right, and then you can, if you want to, you can just, take a peek at it, see what it looks like. And we're good to, I'm gonna get rid of that section. There we go. Okay, I like that better. Okay, awesome. So now we've created our landing page. So now we need to connect the freebie here, and then we're going to add in a thank you page. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go back to this another tab here. I'm going to go back. And now on the left-hand side, basically what we want to do is we want to add the freebie, upload it into FG Funnels so we have it in the system. Okay, so what we're going to do is on the left-hand side, you're looking for media storage. And you're going to hit upload. And I want my 5 healthy breakfast recipes for a busy mom. And you just wait until it's all good to go, which looks like it is. Okay, so that is uploaded for us. Okay, so then now, I'm going to again just make sure this is saved. We're back on our landing page. What's really cool about this template, if you click back, it has a thank you page included with it, which is really cool. If your template did not, then you could easily add in a thank you page. But this template did. And so that's, like I said, really awesome. So I am going to make sure, sorry, I want to go back into this edit mode. I want to make sure that it moves from, once they click on get my free recipes, I want to make sure it moves to the thank you page. So to do that, we're going to click on the form. And then when you're under button actions, redirect action, we're going to make sure it goes to the next step, because then it's going to directly go to that thank you page. Okay, so now we can go to the thank you page and edit that. Awesome. Okay. Again, I'm going to make this super simple. I'm going to get rid of this. We're going to say something like, keep it really excited. You did it. Doesn't need to be all caps. You did it. Healthy mornings just got easier. All of us moms are like, yes. Okay, and so then here we're going to say click the button below to, oops, download your free recipe guide. I'm exclamation point gal. And then we'll just have a little text in here. Just so glad you're here. You've got everything you need to start making mornings easier and also healthier. Just create some space. Just kind of a heads up of what's coming. over the next few days, I'll be popping into your inbox with extra tips and encouragement. So be sure to check them out so you don't miss out. Something like that. Okay, we'll keep the download now. Okay, and then so now what we want to do is on the download file, we want to connect our freebie that we just uploaded. So we are going to go, there we go, button actions. So we want the link to download a file in this specific case, but you can see you have other options. You could link it to a website or, open a different pop-up, whatever you want to do, but we have it as a file. So we want them to download the file. So then you can just literally come in and, oh yeah, you can't just click it. I kind of forgot that. You got to click on these three dots and hit select and insert media. So then it's there. Save. Okay. Perfect. So we have our opt-in page, our thank you page, we've connected the two of them, and they can download it. So now, typically, when you're creating this for your client or for your own business for real, you would need to publish this. And to do that, you have to connect it to a domain. So for your clients, you typically, connect to a custom domain. But since this is just a demonstration, I'm not actually going to do that or purchase a domain, but we can still experience the design and flow through our preview links. So I'm, again, just going to hit save one more time. And I'm going to go back to the lead opt-in page, hit edit, and we'll go into preview mode so you can see how it flows together. Click on the eyeball. Okay. Remember? And then I'm just going to use, yeah, I'll just use that for now. Get my free recipes. It then takes us to our thank you page. And then you can download. You see it pops up right there for us. Awesome. So you can just see it works. Cool. It's always just so exciting, like, yay, it works. Okay, awesome. So now we are ready to, once they fill out this form here on this landing page or this opt-in page, they get their recipe. We want to now connect the 3 email welcome sequence to that. So here's a really fun part. All right, so now we are going to go over to create this workflow, we're going to go over to automation. And we are going to create a workflow, and we're just going to start from scratch. Okay, and then I'm going to name it welcome, welcome sequence. That's just what I'm going to name it. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to add a trigger. A trigger is like when this happens, then this happens. It's kind of like back what we did in Kit with those rules. When this happens, and I told you you could do it visually. This is the way that you're going to see it more visually here. Okay, so we want to add a trigger. And this trigger is when they submit that form, right? Once they submit that form, then it's going to trigger this email sequence. So I'm just going to, you can just kind of start like searching for a word and you'll get options popped up. So form submitted. And then we're going to add a filter here. Form is, and then this is where we can find our form. And hit save. Okay. Then we want to trigger an email. So we're going to hit this plus sign here below it to add another action. And so then I'm going to search email, send email. Okay. And we can just call this like, we'll just call it email one. So we're going to send 3 emails. And then you can put your name here. I'll just go ahead and put Coach Mel. And then I'll just use our company email. Okay. And then I'm not going to go into too much detail with what the email would look like, but this is where you can, type in your subject and you can see, I like that. Okay, here are your recipes. And then you can start typing in your message. Now, kind of like what we did before when we created emails, I talked to you about how it's really nice to add the touch of their name in there, but doing so manually. So in Go High Level, if when you want to like say, hi Mel, but you want it for all of them, what you're going to do is, where did it go? Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to say, hi, and then the kind of code for it looks like this. It's going to be 2 of these, contact dot first underscore name, and then 2 more of those. Okay. And then we'll just kind of type our email, and I'm just going to say, again, I'm just going to keep it pretty short and sweet. Thanks for signing up. Your recipes are ready for you. And they've already downloaded it, but you could just say like, just in case, here are your recipes. And then I'm just going to go ahead and link it. And I have it, I happen to have it open here. So I'm just going to copy that. Oops. And just go ahead and link it right there for them. Oops. We'll do a new window. I may be able to say something like, let me know what you think. And Coach Mel. Okay. Then what's cool is you can actually send this as a test email. So you could see what it looks like. You could send it to yourself. And that way you can make sure like, okay, did I get the coding correctly and all of that? And, can I actually open up the freebie? You can test it out there. I am hopeful that my screen will still share. So we'll try it here. If it doesn't share, I'll show it in a different video. All right, and then I'm hoping as I switch to my other email, there it goes. And we see hi, and it doesn't have my name in there. Ooh, that's weird. I wonder if it's because it is me. I wonder if that's why. Because that is the correct code. And then you can view the freebie. So that works good. Awesome. Okay. That is the right. Yeah, that's the right code. So I don't know. I wonder if it's because I'm in the same. I wonder if it's because it's me. That's probably why. But okay, anyway, hit save, and then we're just gonna keep hitting save along the way. Okay, next, that's gonna be the first email. And then we want to wait 2 days before the next email is sent. So we're gonna add an action. It's gonna be a wait. And this time we want to wait, like I said, 2 days. Okay. Then we'll be able to send another email. It's going to be email 2 from me. Email 2, we're going to give them, we're going to do some like trust building. So I'm just going to do like, I'll just do something like 3 quick tips you'll actually and then this time I might say, hi, friend, depending on how you talk. And then I'll just say, try these 3 quick tips. For this week to be this week. And again, I'm just, I'm not adding a lot of a lot of detail in these emails, but you get the gist here. Save the action. Okay, and then after email 2, we're going to wait 3 days. So we're going to add another wait. This time we're waiting 3 days. Save. And then we're going to add email 3. This one, we're going to do some sort of like call to action. So want to take the next step. And I'm going to use a code this time. If you've loved the recipes and tips so far, you belong in my free Facebook group where I share weekly recipes and tips. Also provide community and accountability. Something like that. Join here. And then I would link it. And then Coach Mel. Okay, save. All right, so we have our 3 emails. And now something that is helpful to do is to add a tag. We want to add a tag to this person. So that way your client or you, if it's for your business, you can segment these subscribers later, which is super helpful. So I'll show you how you can add a tag. It's super easy. I'm just going to go ahead and open up in a new tab. And you're going to go to settings, scroll down to find tags. And let's move my screen there. Add a new tag. And we're just going to go ahead and call this freebie opt-in. Okay, so now the next step is when we add an action, we're going to add a tag. And you can see there's my freebie opt-in and save. Okay, you want to make sure you save it. It's all good to go. And you want to publish it. And then we want to test it out. Well, I guess I gotta hit save one more time. What's really nice is it's got that red dot up there reminding you like, you haven't saved this since you've last made changes. So, okay, it's published, it's saved. And so now we can test it out. And so we can go ahead and hit test workflow. And we're just gonna do with me. sorry. We'll do this email. Run test. All right. And then what's cool here is what you can look at is you can look in the execution log. And so, okay, it's added me to the workflow. It looks like it's executed my first email. It's doing the wait because, remember the next step is waiting 2 days. So I'm going to go to my email here and look, it worked. I get my first one. I can click and get my freebie. So you know that it worked. Awesome. Cool, cool. Isn't that so cool? And now I want to show you how you can force your contact when you're testing this onto the next stage. So you can see how the entire workflow works and goes. So if you go to enrollment history, and I had tried out our team member, Sam, as well too, but we'll go back to my example. So right now I'm in the wait time, right? And so if you come over here to actions, you can click force contact to the next step in the workflow. So we're gonna go ahead and click that. And I'm just we're gonna refresh. There we go. Current action, add tag. Perfect. That's what I wanted to see because now you can click on, this is the contact. And now it's going to take you to the contacts tab in Go High Level, or, I'm in with Hey Clients ecosystem of Go High Level. And it takes you to their contact and you can see the emails I received. Remember, I accidentally did it to myself twice. So I got that initial email twice, but then I got my second email and you can pop it up right there. And I got my third email. Oh, look, my name came through there. So the code did work. So you can see all of those. And then you can see that I got my freebie opt-in tag in. So it all worked. So it's a really cool way to like force it and actually see the whole workflow take place without waiting several days like there are between each email. So awesome. So this is it, a complete Go High Level funnel for my fictional health coach. We have the opt-in landing page that leads to a thank you page with a instant download, and then we have our automated 3 email welcome workflow. Way to go! Here is our finished funnel. We've built an opt-in page, a thank you page, connected it to an email sequence, and previewed it. As a reminder, when you actually publish your funnel and connect to a domain, you can truly test out the entire flow. When explaining this to your client, you could say, I've built a lead capture funnel that connects seamlessly to an email workflow, turning website visitors into subscribers and eventually paid customers. Your client will love that confidence. For certification, you'll submit a working link to your funnel or a Loom video walking through the entire process. Refer below this training video for exact instructions on how to submit your project. Pro tip for you. Always test your form in both desktop and mobile view to make sure the experience looks professional everywhere. You have done amazing work and should be so proud of yourself.